it. But I figure it would be so good to do a live with you. All right, so if you can see my screen, guys, I am in Excel. Now, I am teaching us, or I'm showing you how I actually create my partner plans, right? Now, you're probably saying, what is a partner plan? It is similar to a savings plan, guys. And, oh, hold on, I am not recording. Oh, yes, I am recording. I'm on live, Lord Jesus. I am. Okay, I am really having a moment here. So please forgive me, guys. I am really trying to make this as beautiful, as wonderful as I possibly can make it, so that you all will get the full benefit of this training today. So at the top, guys, I am going to show you, if you want to achieve monthly, let me just make this correction. If you want to achieve a monthly target of 300,000, how you can arrive at that. So let me just back up. A savings plan or partner plan is actually a matter of bringing together a group of people with an agreed amount that each person will pull together or put forth each month. And then what you will do is each month it's like putting all of it in the pool, and then one person gets that every month. So and I'm going to demonstrate it using the table. So in the first table, I'm going to show you how, or I'm thinking I should probably go to the bottom one first, because that will allow us to understand how we can do it with more than one person in it. Now, your partner plan requires a set date, it requires a set amount, and it requires a set period. Let me do that again. Your savings plan needs a set amount of money. It needs a specific time when that money will come together, and it needs a specific duration in which you are going to do that collaboration. What you want to do, why that is important, is that you want to ensure that every person in the pool gets a chance to get the full sum of money. Now, guys, let me just put this out there up front right away. This is not financial advice. This is just showing you how I pull together a group of friends and put together how to arrive at our financial goals a lot quicker than if we were to go the full gamut. Now, the way in which the savings plan works, guys, is that you are actually able, you don't necessarily need a pool of person. The downside is that if you were to do it on your own, it just means that it's going to take longer. So the thing with a savings plan, or a partner plan, as we call it here in Jamaica, and some persons will pronounce and say partner. So P-A-R-D-N-E-R, or it's really a P-A-R-T-N-E-R. So depending on how you look at it. And guys, this is something you can do in any country, in any currency. I am going to be demonstrating it in Jamaican currency, and I'm going to show you how to do it over a 12-month period, as well as how to do it over a 6-month period, how to do it with 12 persons, how to do it with 6 persons, and also how to do it with 10 persons, with 2 persons getting a draw per month. So yes, that's what we call it, guys. We call it a draw when persons get their money each month. Now, if you're looking at my screen, I have here a partner plan with 12 persons over 12 months, with 1 person getting a draw each month. Now, your partner plan needs to be very organized. If you're not organized, guys, what you're going to have happening is that you're going to have persons losing their money. You're going to have chaos in the process, and it will not work. So it is something that has to be very structured, right? So it is always good, whether you want to use a pen and paper with a book, or of course, technologies here, guys, use the technology. So I am showing you using an Excel sheet. I list the 12 persons that I'm going to be doing business with. And I would say, call it a business. I personally, for me, when I do it, I don't charge. When I was growing up, what I noticed, persons would charge a fee so as to keep the money to make the organization and stuff. I know persons still do it. I personally don't do it for a number of reasons. One, it is convenient. It's a matter of convenience, and how I run it, it's really not a lot of work for me. So I really didn't want to go charging any fee. Plus, it would also be a breach of my job. So I'm not this. So like I said, this is not no banking advice. This is not any financial advice. This is just showing you something that I do that works for me. If you want to, you can try it. You don't have to, right? Again, it's just information. That's what the internet is about, guys. It's about information, and you decide how you want to use the information. You use it at your own risk. So this is not any form of financial advice. I shared how I'm able to reach my financial goals. And a few of you have said, hey, show us how this thing works. And so that's what I am doing. So guys, I have 12 persons here. They have different names: Mary, Tom, Dick, Harry, Rihanna, Beyonce, Celine, Maria, that's Mariah Carey, Anita, Tia, and Tamara, and Brian. So I have 12 persons, guys. And remember I said you need to have a fixed amount. So in this one, we want everybody, all 12 persons, to come up with $10,000 each month, right? So we're running this on a monthly basis. Again, there are persons who will run it every fortnight, or they will run it every week. It all depends on the frequency with which the persons you are going into business with can afford to come up with this money. So what you find here, so each person, as rich as these persons are, they say that they can only come up with 10,000 Jamaican dollars each month. Now, what we want to do, so in my third column, we say each person, you call it a hand, how much money, in other words, how much money will each person come up with? And each person said they'll come up with one hand, and that one hand will have a value of $10,000. Now, you must have a way as it relates to how are you going to collect all of this money, pull it together to hand it over to who it is to get the draw for the month. So in this case, we're going to use bank accounts, right? And what we're going to be doing is that we're going to have withdrawal slips or whatever it is that you're going to use to take this money out of their account. So that's why you see I have here, in this case, I put account numbers, but you can decide how are you going to collect the money here, right? And that would dictate how between column 4 and column 5, how you're going to get the money. We call that a debit. So when you put all the debits together, in this case, because it's 12 persons, once you collect all 12 persons give their $10,000, you're going to have a total of $120,000. Now, we said that what we're going to do is that one person each month is going to get a draw because we've spread it over 12 months. And it is important why you're spreading it over so long, because of the amount of persons. So you will spread it based on the amount of persons you have in it, right? So each person has come up, and so you're going to decide now each month who is going to get credit or who will receive the money, who will receive the draw each month. So we say Mary said that she wants her draw, she wants last draw, right? So in April, Mary is going to get $120,000. Right? Let me just do something here. I'm just going to make all of these, put them in the dollar sign, right? So Mary says she wants last draw, but Tom says he wants the third draw. In other words, he wants his in July, right? Dick says, and it's and guys, like I said, it has to be something orderly. So you want to be discussing with persons up front. Dick says, all right, here what? I will take the first draw, which starts in May. And again, guys, it doesn't have to be January. You decide when in the year you want to start it. As I said, it must have a specific date. And again, you need to decide when in the month everybody is required to come up with this money. Usually it is best if you do it on a payday, because you want to ensure that you're getting the money on time. What we've seen here is that you'll find that the money is due on the 15th, but persons are not getting pay until the 25th. And so what you're going to find is that if you don't have all the money, you're going to be paying out the money piece. And you do not want to do that. That's a recipe for chaos and madness. You do not want to do that. So set a specific date. If it's going to be on the 30th of the month, everybody, you need to be able to have all the money at your fingertip on the 30th, so that whoever is to get the draw for that month, they can get their money, right? So Dick says he wants the first draw. So he is going to get his draw in May. Now, remember, guys, that it is a pooling. If you're just tuning in, it is a pooling of money, right? A fixed sum of money by a fixed group of people to hand over on a specific day for a specific period. In this one that I'm doing here, we're doing it with 12 persons. Each person has one hand that values $10,000, and we are pulling it together, and every month somebody is going to get their draw. All right, so Harry says, give me February next year, because we're starting this one in May of this year, and it's a 12-month period. Harry says, so Harry, all right. Then Rihanna says, look here now, I have children to go back to school. Rihanna says, give me mine in September of this year. So she's getting her 120. Then Beyonce says, well, I want mine in December because I want to go to a dance. So we're giving her hers in December. Then Celine Dion says, well, I will take March of next year because I have a trip or a cruise that I want to go on. So I'll take mine then. And then Maria Carey says, well, my anniversary is coming up in June, so I will take mine in June. And then Anita said, well, August a good time. I can go on a little vacation to Jamaica. So she says, give me mine then. Then Tia and her sister. So you have to look now. So what happens now, guys? Because you are so organized with the savings plan business that you are running, each persons get draw each month, because what you also want to do is that you want, like I said, it needs to be organized. You want to have a conversation with each person so that there is no overlapping, because if you have an overlap, you have problems, right? I will show you shortly how we can do it. So we have two persons getting a draw, but for right now, we are doing it with one person getting a draw each month. So we still have Brian, and Brian has not yet gotten, you want to place it, cancel. Right, so we have three persons who have not yet gotten their draw, and which would mean that based on how I have outlined it, we should still have 3 months with nobody in there getting a draw. Because remember, we pool the money together, and every month we put it together, we take all of it and we give it to one person. And everybody is required to pay their one hand, which is $10,000 every month. Because while the first person, it can't be a case where the first person in May gets his full money and say, well, I don't business, but nobody else. Because if this person drops out, it means that come June, you will not have the full hand. And if the person who gets their full draw in June, right, drops out, then it means, and that keeps happening, what you will have is that eventually everybody will not get their full hand. So you want to be doing this business, guys, with persons who are trustworthy, persons who are have integrity and will indeed make their deduction and contribution each month, right? And remember that everybody is benefiting. So Tia says, all right, I'll just take whatever date is available. So she says she'll take October. And then Brian says, look here, January, I have something coming up. So the December just finished. January, I want mine. And then November, Tamara says, well, whatever is left, I will take it, right? You will find that there are some persons who they're really just looking for an opportunity, a way to save their money. They're not hung up as it relates to when they receive their draw. But you will have person, because again, guys, why you're doing a partner plan is that you're doing it for savings purpose or a specific goal. Maybe you're trying to achieve, you want to make a down payment on your house, you want to make a down payment on your car. It's one of the easiest and quickest way to arrive at a lump sum of money, right? It's a quick and easy way to do so. Now, if you look, guys, what you should have is that each month, because we're doing it over a 12-month period, each month should have one person getting a draw. So if you're looking at what I'm doing, you'll notice that you're seeing 120 in each month. And to make sure that your table is balanced, you look at the debit, which is when you put all the $10,000 together, you get 120, and the credit, but if you know your accounting, debit must equal to credit. So if you debit each person, for May, one person gets draw, you get 120,000. Same thing for June, and you do it right across until you get to your 12 months. Hold on, I'm trying to just pull this across just to show you that it is supposed to balance itself out. So when you have your debit for each month, it should come back to 120,000. So I'm hoping that you are seeing that and that's working out for you, right? So that's to show you just a quick recap of this one. We have 12 persons, each person coming up with $10,000, and over a 12-month period, each person will receive all the money pooled together, and every month a different person will get their draw. Awesome. So for instance, like I said, it could have been, that you don't have to go into a partner. You can decide that you are just going to save $10,000 every month for the next 12 months. And guess what? You're still going to arrive at $120,000. But maybe depending on what it is that you want to have done, you want to have it done now. You want to have it done in May, or you want to have it done in June. So by pooling together with a group of trusted friends, you are able to arrive at that. And then you make the payment over time so that the other person gets their draw instead of you waiting till all the way next year, April. So that's showing you how to do it with 12 persons over 12 months. Now, guys, you might be saying, boy, it is too long. The 12 months too long, right? For me to be paying $10,000. You can do it in a much shorter time. So we can do it over a 6-month period. But if we're going to do it at a 6-month period, we can do two things. We can reduce the amount of persons and increase the amount. So in this case, in my second example, which is this one, we are going to do it with 6 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I have 7 persons here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 persons here. All right, let's put another month on this. Or no, let me just remove Bobby. Bobby, I forgot you drop out this time. Because guys, let me tell you something too. Another thing you want to remember is that if you don't have equal amounts, you're going to be lopsided. And so if it is that you're going to, because the truth is I could have kept Bobby and do it for another month, but we really don't want to go into 7 months. We want to run it for 6 months. We don't want to go 7 months. We want to go 6 months, which means we need 6 persons. Also, I'm going to show you when I do it, the other one, to show you that, again, you don't necessarily have to have the equal amount, because you could have persons doubling their hand, right? And I hope, guys, if you're getting substance in this, please let me know that you're receiving substance in this and you're finding this to be real good information, and what else you'd want me to be doing. If you are finding substance, please, in the comment box below, please put good info, please, good info. That would help, please, or ask a question. All right, so in the second one, we're running it for 6 months. We have 6 persons, right? and we're doing it for 6 months, but we decide we still want to achieve 120,000 instead of going for 12 months. We want to go 6 months and we still want 120,000. So 6 persons said we can do it and we are going to come up with $20,000. So in other words, so Betsy, Pam, Pat, Jack, Mariah, and Debbie says we can find $20,000 each month, right, for 6 months. And the 6, if you add it up, it comes to 120,000. Again, you will decide how you are going to get that money from each person on a fixed date of the month. Remember, you don't want one person bringing it to you on the 1st, another on the 5th, another on the 10th. No, because what tends to happen, guys, is that the banker said they're keeping the money, but anything can happen. They can get robbed. They themselves might find themselves in financial difficulties and borrow the money. And so what you find happening is that the partner becomes a hot mess. You don't want to be in any business with nobody like that. You want to know that everybody brings in their money today. If today is the 30th, everybody brings in their money today, and you take that money and you give it to the persons that must get their draw the same day, right? That's how a partner is run. So if you are in a partner plan, and what you're finding is that you're getting your draw piece. So you're supposed to get a total of 120,000, and they're giving you 20,000 today, 20,000 tomorrow, 20,000 next week. No. That's a recipe for madness and a recipe for people's money going missing, right? Remember, guys, we don't play with people's money. We are people of integrity. And the only reason why we will decide to go into a savings plan, an informal savings plan, is because we want to achieve our goals, our financial goals, a lot faster. Remember, this is not financial advice I'm giving, guys. This is just showing you something that I have worked for myself, something I've seen my mother done, something I've seen persons I grew up with doing, and I found it to be a great way to achieve my financial goals quicker. Right? So I'm just sharing it with you. It's not financial advice. So we come now and we have 6 persons. Each person said, we'll go up with $20,000 over a 6 months period. So in this case, Betsy said, I like last draw. In other words, the last period. So she will take her 120,000 there. Pam says, I'll take the first draw because she has some stuff that she wants to do. Pat says, give me in July because I'm going to go on vacation. Jack says, I'll take it in June because it's his anniversary. Mariah says, okay, children to go back to school in September. And Debbie says, definitely in August, I want to start buying up my children's school supplies a lot quicker. And so if you notice, guys, quickly, and don't mind the fact that they're in red. Let me just, it's just the formatting that is right. So 6 months, everybody gets their $120,000. It's everybody pulling together the money, and each person gets their draw at the end or whichever time of the month you agree on. And within 6 months, this plan is over. Now, guys, like I said, you can decide to run it over a 12 months period, like I showed you down here, where every month somebody gets a draw for 12 months, but you need more people and you need less money. Or you can reduce the people and increase the money and reduce the time to arrive at the same $120,000 draw. So you're seeing, again, you could have decided that for the next 6 months, you are going to save $20,000. But what you're noticing is that it's going to take you 6 months to achieve it, while you could have just, by pulling together everybody, you could have achieved this a lot quicker. So everybody gets to achieve their goal at specific times a lot quicker than if they had to do it over time. Now, guys, so this is, some of us would say little money. Some persons, it really means a lot. But we want to see if we could go to some big money. And we want to see if we can 2 persons get a draw each month. That is very much possible. Again, guys, if you are going to run a savings plan, an informal savings plan like this, what we call a partner plan, you would need to be very organized. And Excel, I'm showing you an Excel spreadsheet, is a very easy way to do it. Or you want to get your book and your pencil and you want to draw up your lines. You decide how you want to do it. Make it work for you guys. It is very much possible to make it work. All right, so we come now to a big partner, right? Big money is coming into play now. And again, guys, you want to be doing this with people you can trust. You want to be doing this with people whose integrity speaks for themselves, right? So you need to find a way as it relates to how are you going to get this money each month, and how it is that you're going to hand it over to the persons. Now, you know, again, depending on the amount of money, you don't want to be walking with a whole heap of money. So you need to find a way as it relates to how you're going to collect the money and how it is that you're going to credit or give it to the person who is to get draw. So in this case, we have Mary, Tom, Dick, Harry, Rihanna, Beyonce, Celine, Mariah, Anita, and Brian. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 persons in this particular partner. But remember, I told you that we need it to be, it has to be equal. We said the hand for this one is going to be $50,000. But when I spoke to each person, Tom says, I want to come in with 2 hands. And Beyonce says, well, I have money, I want to come with 2 hands as well. So what you're going to find is that even though I have 10 persons, the amount of hands I have altogether is 12 hands, which means I can split this over 6 months. Now, if each person is coming with $50,000, right, at 12, it means then that the draw per month is going to be 300,000. Because if you were to add, if you were to multiply, if you were to add the 50,000 amongst 12 persons, you are going to get 600,000. However, we want to split it. We want to do it over 6 months. So let's go again. Remember that here where I have account, where are you going to get the money from? You decide how you're going to collect it. I just did this as an example to say if we were going to use accounts, then those are the account numbers that we would be debiting. But you again decide. Now, because Mary has 1 hand, so she needs to come up with 50. Tom, on the other hand, has 2 hands. So he needs to come up with 100. The same thing too for Beyonce. She has 2 hands, so she needs to come up with 100,000, right? Everybody else has 1 hand. So we have, and so if again, like I said, if you multiply 50 by 12, you're going to get 600,000. However, you're noticing that we're only running this one for 6 months. We're not going to the year because it's too long. So we just want 12 months to achieve this goal quicker. I want a quick 300,000 once they can afford the $50,000 on a fixed time, and we want it over 6 months. So Mary said, listen, I will take the first draw. So she going to get, remember now it's 2 persons per month that is going to be getting a draw, right? Because we have 12 persons over 6 months. So Mary says, I will take first draw, which will come to 300,000. And Beyonce says, give me my first hand. Give me one of my hand in May as well. So we come back to 600,000, right? All right. So Tom says, I will take one of my hands in June. And I will take the second hand also in July. As a matter of fact, guys, as a matter of fact, let me just do something here. Tom says, give me everything 1 month. So Tom is going to get his 600,000, which means nobody else will get a draw, because remember that we've broken this down into each month, 2 persons get draw. Why is Tom getting 600,000? Because Tom has 2 hands. So you notice he has 2 here and he's paying 100,000. So he's allowed to achieve his 600,000. So nobody else will get a draw, right? Then we come down here. Dick says, give me mine in September. Sorry, 300. Right. And then we come down to Harry. Harry says, I'll take mine in July. Right. But then Rihanna says, I want mine in July as well. Okay. Beyonce's other hand, because she has two hands, remember, two? So she's paying 100,000. Beyonce says, I'll take one in May and I'll take the last hand as well. And then Celine says, I will take mine in August. Celine says, give me one in August. Give me mine in August. Maria says, Celine and I going on a cruise. I will take mine as well. And then Anita says, I will take mine in October. And Brian says, I will take mine in September. Now, if you're noticing, guys, so what you should have, because two persons are getting a draw per month, or one person decides to take theirs, it must come back, it must balance out. It must balance out. I'm coming. 600. So what you find, ignore this, I'm sorry. What you find is that you are able, you can set, depending on what the goal is, guys, you can set the amount to how much you want, right? You can pull together a group of friends and you can say to them, guys, we have some financial goals over the next 6 months. How can we combine? How can we put together our funds to achieve, each of us achieving our financial goals a lot quicker, right? Now, here's the thing. If we are starting this in May, over 6 months, like I said, it could be that it's just a one-time thing. You just want to achieve this for the one time. But then it could be that you say, boy, when this finishes, you're going to start again. So you do the cycle again. Now, I don't know if you had heard me say, let me just copy down here and put it up here. I'm going to copy. I want to show you something, guys, as to how you could be achieving a certain amount of money in a quick space of time, right? Hold on, let me just show you something here. I want to brighten the tables. So we finished the partner here, so because we run it only for 6 months, but we want to start as soon as it finished. We want to start a fresh 6 months, right? With the same set of people, we're using the same set of hands, right? And this time around, Brian says, listen, I am coming back with my 3, but I want first draw. So here it is. I want to hold on. I want to just put it up here so persons understand what I'm talking about. How you can actually, guys, this is what I'm showing you, how you can actually save or achieve over $1 million in 1 year, right? Depending, using your partner plan. And again, this is Jamaican dollars I'm using. So if you're just joining, I'm just showing you how you can come up with a savings plan between yourself and a group of friends, right? Trusted friends, to establish a partner plan, right? And achieve your financial goals. So you're doing it again with the same. So you finish the first 6 months, which is from May to October. You finish that first cycle, but then the second cycle has started, because as it finishes, you go again. And you're using it with the same set of persons, with the same amount of hands. Again, let's see if I can minimize this so you can see the names. Hold on. So if we're using the same set of person, we're using Mary, Tom, Dick, Harry, Rihanna, Beyonce, and they're coming out with the same amount of hands. So Tom had 2 hands, Beyonce had 2 hands, everybody else had 1 hand. So we finished, everybody got their draw for the first cycle, and we said, boy, this thing look good. We could go again, right? So Mary says, I will take. That's all right. I got it this year. I'm going to really need it again till next year. So she says March next year, she will take her new draw. She's getting her 300,000. Tom in June had taken his 2 hands, but Tom have a serious plan. So Tom said, listen now, Me go take me 2 hands this time around in November. So if you notice within the year now, Tom, based on his savings, he got it in June. He got 600,000 in June based on his partner, and in November. So for the year, Tom just saved $120,000, right? So whatever it is that he wanted to do, Tom just arrived at it. Dick says, I got it in September. All right, I'll take it in December. So Tom too got to save 600,000 in 1 year. Who this now? Harry says, me go all the way over next year to April. That's fine. Me no, big rush. Who this now? Rihanna have one, and Rihanna says, I'll take mine in December as well, because she has some stuff coming up. So she said, give me mine. So again, she too saved 600 within the year. Who this now? Beyonce said, listen, no, I want my 2 hands. Right? So she got it in October, and she said, in January, I'll take my 2 hands. All right. And then Celine said, all right, give me mine in February because my birthday coming up. And Maria, she and Maria again have plans. Maria said, give me mine in February too. And then Anita says, all right, I'll take mine in March. And Brian says, I will just take mine in April. And so what you find again, guys, is that you're balancing it out again, right? You notice how we're doing it, because when you add down the table, it must come back to an equal figure. And so I know there are those of you who are asking, how do we run this? And so this is how you would actually organize a partner plan, guys. And there you have it. So this, in the first one, we are running it over 2 cycles, the first 6 months, second 6 months. So depending on what your goals are, you can achieve them quicker. And if you notice, guys, this is spread again over 12 months, but we broke it up into 6 months period, because what you may have, guys, and I should have shown you this too, it could be that Brian says, okay, I'm in for the first 6 months, but I'm not. If Brian drops out, you are now lopsided. So you will need to find somebody to replace Brian with. So let me add a table. Let me just add a new row. Let me insert another row here, because when Brian, hold on. Put it below here. When Brian drops out, Brian says, I'm not coming back for the second cycle. You have to find somebody to replace Brian with. So you found Shelly. And so you said, Shelly, it's 50,000. Shelly said, Shelly can only come with 1 hand because you only have 1 hand that is dropping out, right? And so Shelly, because everybody else has a fixed time, Shelly can only get last draw. Right? So you come back. So your table, if you're using a table, guys, an Excel table like I'm showing you here, it always has to be balanced. And so this is how you can run a big money partner. You can run a medium-sized partner, and these are over 6 months, as well as you can run a smaller and even smaller partner over a 12-month period. Like I said, some persons also decide to do it over 4 weeks, weekly, bi-weekly. You decide, you set your time frame. It's up to you. There's no hard and fast regarding how you want to run it. There's no fixed time. You can decide you're going to start it from January, or you can start it whenever in the year. This one, as I said, we started it in May, right? These were just examples of showing you guys. Again, guys, this is not financial advice. I am really riveting that in. It's not financial advice. It's just ways that you can decide how you can come up with a group of friends and decide that, okay, let's see if we can pull together some money and see if we can achieve our financial goals a lot quicker, right? So I don't know, guys, if you have any questions. I know this one was a lot, but you have asked for it, and I thought I would show you how you can organize and run a partner plan or a savings plan, an informal one, right? How you can run one or how you can organize one. But like I said, make sure you're organizing it, guys, with like-minded people, people of integrity. Set a specific date, agree on a duration as it relates to how long you will run it for. Again, agree on what each hand will be and how much each person will be coming in with, so you are able to break it down to see what would be that equal payment that each person will get per month, right? So you can do it that you have two persons getting a draw, or you can do it that is just one person. If it's too complicated, you can decide that you're going to run it over a 1 year period, an 8-month period. You can even do a 3 months period. It's just that, like I said, if you're going to do, the shorter you're going to do it, you will need less persons or more persons, and you double up the figure depending on how much it is that you are trying to arrive at. So again, we spread this top 1 year over 6 months, and then we recycled it so that those persons who had a specific goal within the year could have achieved their $1.2 million, because they're getting drawn twice for the year. Some will say, okay, I will spread it out so that I am able to achieve those goals. Guys, when I was growing up, that's what I saw my mother did, so as to be able to build the house we lived in, to achieve most of the things that she had. And it's not a bad practice. It's just that you want to be sure that you are not in it with somebody who is collecting the monies piece, and handing it to you piece. If you're getting into financial arrangements with persons and you cannot get all of your money at once, guys, then I will say to you, you may want to think how you're doing it. If you cannot agree on a time, if you're going to be told that you'll get piece this month, you'll get the other part next week, you don't want to do that, right? That's not a partner plan, right? That's chaos. So you want to decide how you want to organize it amongst yourselves, right? Come to an agreement and stick to the agreement. If you want to, you may want to draw up a contract, right? You may draw up a contract so that everybody understands the contract. Really what a partner is that everybody is bringing their money, putting it in a pool, and that pool is handed to one person. You do it again next month, it's handed to another person. You do it again the third month, it's handed to another person. And that's what a partner plan is, or what we would call an informal savings plan. If you don't want to do that, guys, you can decide that you're going to take the set amount of money, and over time, every month, you're going to put that in the bank. That's a safer way to do it. So you can decide that, and you can use a standing order to do so, or you can do a deduction. You can go to your boss and say to your boss, take $50,000 or take $20,000 or take $10,000 out of my account and send it over to my bank every month for the next 6 months, the next 12 months, so that you can arrive at your savings goals, right? Or you may go into the bank and you say, okay, my salary comes here each month. I'm going to ask you to do a standing order on my account. Take out this amount, X amount of money, 50,000, 20,000, 30,000, 100,000. You decide, take this amount of money out of my account and put it on another savings account or something, open another savings account, put it there, and whatever it is, so that you can arrive at your financial goals. Guys, if you found substance in this particular video, I would love to know, how did you find it? Was it substantial? Put a comment in the box for me, please. Please be sure to like the video, and that will tell YouTube that, hey, this is content that I could binge a little bit more. And then tell me what else you would like to see me put out to show you how you could be arriving at your financial goals a lot quicker. Guys, one advice I'll say to you is that there are financial advisors in all of our banks, whether here locally in Jamaica or wherever it is that you are. There are financial advisors. Go into a bank, sit with your financial advisor and discuss your financial goals. They have tools and systems there to help you to arrive at your financial goals, right? And they can help you to break it down a little bit more and put things in place over another 5 years, 10 years, 3 year, 2 year, whatever your goals are, guys. Sit with your financial advisor at your bank or your investment house and discuss it with them. Make sure that you are reading the fine prints so you understand what you are getting yourself into. So this informal way of doing it, it's up to you, but there are proper ways that you can go about achieving your financial goals, and that's going to sit with your banker, sit with your investment officer, and ask, how can I achieve this particular financial goal over a particular period of time? We are in a time, guys, where we don't need to be suffering or living from hand to mouth, or worse yet, not having a saving scheme in place for our future and for our children. Remember, we're not born young, we're not born young to stay young. I mean, I feel young, but you want to make sure that you're putting things aside for your retirement, guys. You are putting things aside for should you get sick, should you lose your job, you have something to fall back on. Don't be just saving the money, guys, to just use it up, buy all kinds of stuff, and then there's no money to show. Make sure you have a financial plan in place to achieve your financial goals. That's it for me, guys. Another in the series, Money Moves. All right, guys, take care. Thanks for joining me this week, and I'll see you maybe next week for another in the series, Money Moves. Bye-bye.